Hey guys, welcome back to another US stock market technical analysis episode. In this video, I'll be sharing with you my technical analysis of the US stock market. I'll be taking a look at three indexes. The first one is the S&P 500, the second one is the Dow Jones, and the last one is the Nasdaq. And the reason why I'm taking a look at these three indexes is because they give a good representation of the overall US stock market. So we'll begin with the S&P 500. This is the S&P 500 weekly time frame. So if we take a look at the weekly time frame, we can tell that the S&P 500 is on a clear uptrend. So how do we tell that? We can see that the prices are making higher lows and higher highs. This is the first low, then another higher low, another higher low, and another higher low here. So this is the first high, this is the second high, another higher high, another higher high here, and another higher high here. So when prices are making higher lows and higher highs, we say that prices are on a uptrend. So this is clear for the S&P 500, that S&P 500 is on an uptrend. So if we take a look at the previous 3 weeks before last week, a month or so ago, we see for this candlestick, we see that prices are a bit losing momentum over here, right? So we can see that mostly these candlesticks are large candlesticks. When the candlesticks are large, there's strong bullish or bearish momentum depending on the color of the candlestick. On this chart, the green color candlestick indicates to us bullish candlestick, and the red color indicates to us a bearish candlestick. So a large green body candlestick indicates to us strong bullish momentum, and a large red candlestick indicates to us strong bearish momentum. So if you take a look at these candlesticks here, you will notice that these candlesticks have smaller body, right? So a smaller body indicates to us that there is a stalling in momentum. We know that prices are on a uptrend. So when there's a small candlesticks forming along the way, we know that there's a stalling bullish momentum for the S&P 500 in the past couple of weeks, right? But up to the most recent week, we see that prices actually managed to form a strong rally for the last week. And you can see that this is a bigger green candlestick. So that's the weekly time frame. So if we go on to the daily time frame, let's bring on the technicals here. Okay, again, we can tell that prices are on a clear uptrend. How do we tell that? Let's take a look. So this is the one of the low. Then this will be a higher low. This will be another higher low. And then we have another higher low here. Another higher low here. And then now let's take a look at the higher highs, right? So this is the first one. Then this is a higher high. Another higher high here. And then another higher high here. And one last higher higher, right? So we can see that prices are making higher lows and higher highs, right? So on the daily time frame, it also confirms our weekly time frame that prices are on a clear uptrend, right? But if you take a look in the most recent couple of trading sessions, or at least for the past month or so, you'll notice that prices have been stalling here. So prices are basically trading in a range. So we have the upper head resistance and we have a support level below. When prices are trading in this range between a support level and a resistance level, we say that prices are in a consolidation or in a range. So there's no clear direction in prices. Prices are just basically moving sideways. So if you take a look in the past week, so this is Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. So you see that prices have been trading within this smaller range. We have the big range as indicated by the purple boxes. So this is the resistance zone, this is the support zone, and we have a smaller range here, right? So this is the resistance level and this is the support level. So the support level, we have a support level at around 312.12, 319.12, and we have resistance level at 326.52. So prices have been trading in this mini range for the past 2 weeks or so. You can see that we have a clear rejection of prices, right? So this is the resistance level at 326.52. So you can see this is the first resistance. Then we have another resistance here, another resistance here, and another resistance here, right? So that is around 4 rejection of prices and a resistance level at that point. And you can see that in the most recent trading session, which is on Friday, price actually hit this level and then did not manage to break above this resistance level of 326.52. And so how do I see prices moving forward in the next week and the coming weeks? I believe that prices are going to face a bit of a resistance level and are likely to slow back the bullish momentum, right? And another thing to take note is if you zoom in here, you'll notice that this is a hanging man candlestick. A hanging man candlestick, especially when we see it forming at a resistance level and a resistance zone, this indicates to us a possible bearish reversal. So taking a look at the resistance level, and then this is the resistance zone and a hanging man candlestick forming, I believe moving forward, in the short term at least, prices are likely to move downwards. It will move downwards here, and then there's a support level at this point. The support level is, this is the first test, second test here, and then the third test, and then we have another test here. So there's 4 tests at this support level, right? So if prices face some resistance above it, then you're likely to fall back down to this support level. And whether it can find support level, it might find support level at this point and continue to move up, or it might break below this support level, and the next support level would be at this zone over here. This is the next support zone that I'm taking a look at if prices do break below this support level. But in the meantime, if prices do find support level here and do break out and continue its upwards momentum, then the next resistance that I'm taking a look at is at this level here, which is around 339.68, around that level. So that's the next resistance level that I'm taking a look at if prices do break above this resistance zone. So that's my outlook and my analysis for the S&P 500. The next one that I'm taking a look at will be the Dow Jones, right? So let's go on to the Dow Jones, and we'll go to the weekly time frame. All right, so this is the Dow Jones, and also the Dow Jones is on a uptrend. We see prices making higher lows, and then higher highs here, right? So we have higher lows and higher highs, so prices are in an uptrend. But we can see that in the past couple of weeks, prices have been trading in this range. This is the past 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So in around 2.5 months, prices have been trading in this range. So the range is characterized by a overhead resistance and a below support level. So you can see that prices have tested and rejected this level here, rejected this level here, rejected here, and rejected here. That's a very clear resistance zone for us. And then we can see that prices found some support at this level. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So there's around 5 testing of this support zone here. You can see that prices have been trading in between this resistance and support zone. So that's for the weekly time frame. And you can see that the most recent week, prices have formed a doji candlestick. So this doji candlestick might indicate to us a possible reversal. And if we take a look here, there's a support level at this point here, right? So when prices reach a support level and form a doji candlestick, this might indicate to us a possible reversal. So in this case, since prices have rejected from this resistance zone here and fall back down to this level, and then a doji candlestick forms at this support level, it might indicate to us a bullish reversal. Prices have rejected this level here, and it might continue moving up. That's for the weekly time frame. If we take a look at the daily time frame, it's the same thing, guys, right? You take a look at prices are on a clear uptrend here. You can see prices making higher lows and higher highs. But you can see that in the past couple of trading sessions over here, prices have been trading in the range, as we have seen on the weekly time frame, right? So that's the above head resistance, and we have the below support level. Another thing to take note, guys, is you can take a look at, there's a kind of a support level at this point. So we find the support here. This is 1, this is 2, then there's a couple of support, then there's a resistance here, then support here, then support here. So this is a support level, and this is a very bullish signal for us on the daily time frame for the Dow Jones, because you can take a look at here. There's 2 bullish pin bar or hammer candlesticks forming here, and since this 2 bullish pin bar has formed at this support level over here, this indicates to me a possible bullish reversal. So moving forward, I believe the Dow Jones is likely to move forward and then hit this resistance, and it might fall back down a bit and then continue its upward momentum. But on the other hand, as investors and traders, we must be prepared for all types of scenarios. So even though this is a very bullish signal for us as investors and traders, we must be ready for all different kind of scenarios. So if prices do not move upwards and continue its upward momentum, it might break below this support level and continue downward. The first support level that prices are going to face is at this level here. So this is quite a strong support zone, as you can see that prices have actually rejected a couple of times and have found support at this support zone here, right? So if prices do break below this support level, in the next support zone you'll find is this zone over here. That's for the Dow Jones. So let's take a look at the Nasdaq, and let's go to the weekly time frame. Again, for the Nasdaq, we are on a clear uptrend. You can see that prices have been moving upwards, but you can see that in the past 2 weeks before the last week, you see that there was a bit of a selling off of the Nasdaq. So you can see that this is a bearish candlestick, and we see a shooting star candlestick forming. There's a clear rejection of the prices here at this resistance zone, but we see in the most recent past week, prices have actually rallied quite a fair bit, and this is in part due to the strong earnings performance of the big tech companies. So that is the weekly time frame. So if we go down to the daily time frame, it gives us an even greater insight of how prices are likely to move moving forward. We can see that this is also a clear uptrend indicated by higher lows and higher highs. And the most recent sessions, you see that again, similar prices are trading in a range. When you take a look at a range, you want to look out for a resistance level or resistance zone and a support level or support zone. For this one, for the Nasdaq, we see that this is a resistance zone here, right? So you can see then there's a selling off here, and you can see some selling rejection here. So this is a resistance zone. And on the other hand, we can see that this is a support zone, right? You can see that prices have been supported at this area over here. And in general, prices, when it reached close to this area, prices actually found some support and move up, and then hit a resistance, it go back down, found some support here, go back up, right? So if we take a look at the latest candlestick here, we see a dragonfly doji. So a dragonfly doji found at a resistance level indicate to us a possible bearish reversal. So this indicate to me that prices are likely to hit downwards, and it might find some support at this area here over here. And this area I will explain later in the 4 hour, where we can see in greater detail why this is a key level that I'm taking a look out for. And it might actually break below this level and continue downwards, and the next support you'll find is this zone over here. Or prices might actually break and find some support here and continue to the upside. So we must be prepared for all different kind of scenarios. The next thing we'll take a look at is the 4 hour time frame. Let me clear up some of this chart over here. This is the daily time frame. So we can see that in the daily time frame, it shows us that prices might actually be facing some rejection at this level. And then because this is a dragonfly doji, and a dragonfly doji appearing at the top of a resistance level and near a resistance level, it might indicate that prices are likely to move to hit back down, right? So let's move on to the 4 hour time frame. So you can see even greater detail on how prices are reacting to those levels. You can see here prices face a huge selling pressure at this resistance zone here, face a huge selling pressure at this resistance zone here. And then you can see that it tested here and did not manage to break above this resistance zone. So this is the 4 hourly time frame. So you can see that right now prices have managed to find some support at this level here, right? So we can see this is a resistance, then support. This is a zone I'm taking a look at if prices do break below here. So let me grab the paintbrush. It falls here, you'll find some support at this point. It might continue downwards, then the next support you'll find is at this zone over here. But if it falls, found support, then continue back up. As investors and traders, we must be prepared for all different kind of scenarios. This price action gives us potential where prices might potentially move, but it does not give a confirmation. To see the confirmation, we must actually see how prices react to those specific levels. So right now, we have seen for the Nasdaq, especially on the daily time frame, if we go up to the daily time frame, we see a clear dragonfly doji forming here at this resistance level, and this indicates to us that prices are likely to move to the downside in the coming week. So hopefully you guys have learned something from this video. If you did, do like this video because it will really help the channel grow and it will allow me to produce more content such as this.